This is probably the best tactic I've made all year. Certainly the best one I've made since the winter update, because it is the first one I've made since the winter update. Looking here at what I did with my test save for Swansea, 98 points, first season. I've been using it in all my saves. I've used it in the non-league. I've used it to win titles. I think it is just a brilliant tactic. It's won everything for me at every level. I've even used it in a road to glory, going from the National League South to winning the Premier League. So I know it works at all levels of football, and I will show it to you now. First of all, let's go through the player roles. Obviously, as you can see, it's a 4-2-3-1. Starting off with the keeper, just take fewer risks on the passing, only custom instruction. Sweeper, keeper on defend. Wing back on support with cross more often, shoot less often. Want to get more balls in, and there's no reasons for your fullbacks to be shooting. The ball playing centre back does have the instructions of dribble less and shoot less often, what you'd get on a normal defender on defend. The only difference really with a ball playing centre back is that he will take more risks in his passing. The other centre back is just default instructions. The full back on support again, cross more often, shoot less often. Now, if you're chasing games or you're a really good team for the league or you're much better than your opposition, you can put this to wing back support and just mirror the other full back. Again, moving into midfield, another thing you can do if you're the way better team is change this defensive playmaker on defend to support. Either way, you have the custom instruction tackle harder on. As you will see, we have that for all players in front of this back four. Moving over to the box-to-box midfielder, again, only instruction tackle harder. We go to these two wide players, the inverted winger on attack, tackle harder. Inside forward on support, tackle harder. Advanced playmaker actually has a few instructions. Get further forward, move into the channels, and of course, tackle harder. This is pretty similar to what I've done with attacking midfielders on support in terms of instructions, but I found, I don't know whether it's placebo, having them as an attacking playmaker, they just seem to pick up more assists and be more creative and just do better. Again, I've also tried out Shadow Striker, and I just don't know whether it's placebo, but the advanced playmaker seemed the best. Then finally, moving on, advanced forward, only instruction, like all the other players, tackle harder. Now, moving on to the tactical style. It's on custom. For those of you who ask when I make these videos, when you create new tactic, create own style is what I click. It does not actually matter what you click, because you could click vertical tiki-taka, but then if you change the instructions to be a gegenpress, on your manager profile, here, for tactical style, it would pick gegenpress, and obviously for this system, it's closest to a gegenpress. First of all, for mentality, we've got positive. Again, when you're chasing games, you can go attacking, very attacking. The in possession instructions, we're fairly wide with possession. Our approach to play, we look to pass into space. Really helps if you've got two quick wide men as well as a quick striker, but it's really those wide players, the two wingers, who, if they are really quick, they can get in behind so much. So I'd look to have quick wingers for whatever level you're at. As well as that, we look to find the overlaps and play out a defense. Then we do also ask the team to run at the defense and be more expressive. Now for in transition, of course, we've got the counter press on. We counter when we've won the ball. And for distribution, we just distribute it out to that back four. Pretty much the only way I'd change this is if you have say a really big winger or a really big striker. I'd just select them and go long to them. But for most people, just rolling it out to your back four and having that bit of control by not just giving it up by going long. Then for what we do out of possession, a high press and a higher defensive line, triggering the press much more often and preventing short distribution. Okay, just before I show you a few highlights and some goals that we scored with this tactic, can I ask one thing of you? I'm on my way to 1,000 subscribers. We're getting quite close, over 3/4 of the way there. So many people who watch the videos do not subscribe. So I just ask of you, if you like this video, please subscribe. Anyway, here are some highlights from the tactic. Okay, so I think this first goal firstly shows what we do well off the ball, and it also shows how we can overload when we're retaining possession. So first of all here, Backman, he's forced to go long because of the press. Then from that, we win the header, and we're able to start building up an attack. And going forward here, you can see already the striker, the attacking mid, and the right winger are all running in on these two players. Number 12 here stepped up, so he can't really deal with the right winger. And if we just play it forward here, we're able to just gear in, and they just can't deal with the overload there. Now, for another type of goal that you'll score quite a lot, it's just either one of your fullbacks putting in crosses for your striker. Obviously, your wing back will tend to do it from a higher area than that. Okay, here we have another cross where it actually is a low cross. You can see James Bree gets the ball really high here, and it's just an overload in the box. Alex Martin, not a big player, but it's just the fact that all of these defenders here are just occupied with another player. So it just means Alex Martin can be free at that back post. Now here we have an example of like a quick turnover turn into a goal pretty quickly. As you can see here, that tacklada, we win the ball back. And Alex Martin, as I've mentioned earlier, you really want pace in your wide men, because they are the ones, not really your striker so much, although they will. It's your wide men who will try to run in behind every single time. I'd really value pace and acceleration over some of the technical attributes, because I think that is just what makes for the most effective wide men in this game. Okay, so I will put 2 download links in the description for a more offensive and a more defensive version of this tactic. Deep line playmaker in the offensive version will be on support, and this fullback here will be a wing back on support. Anyway, thank you for watching. Again, trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. If you could help me out in doing so, be much appreciated, and thank you for watching.